Deiveson Figueiredo versus Tim Elliott takes place on the prelims. The prelims of UFC Fight Night 161 on ESPN Plus 20, Joanna versus Waterson. It's a big fight in Tampa. Why is this on the prelims? This is how you know. This fight is a prime example of how you know the UFC doesn't give a shit about their they don't give a shit about their flyweights, and I'll tell you why. Okay? I take one look at the UFC schedule. Swanson and Gracie are both unranked. Price and Vick are also unranked. Dern, Ribas unranked. Frivola, Pena unranked. Eric Anders, Meerschaert unranked. This is a top 5 fight at flyweight, and they don't give a shit. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But I just feel like they should get some time on the main card. This could be the next opponent after Joseph Benavidez for a title shot. That's what's on the line here. And it's on the prelims. Okay? And Mackenzie, this is how you know they don't care. If you got a tits and ass, who cares if you're 16-1, top 5 flyweight in the world, only lost to Josué Formiga? Who the fuck cares, Figueiredo? Do you have tits? No. Do you have an ass? No. Well then, Mackenzie Dern's on the main card. And that's how it works. I think Figueiredo's going to win this one, I'll be honest with you. I think Tim Elliott's kind of past his prime a little bit. Not your prime. I don't know, I just feel like Tim Elliott recently has been on a bit of a... You know, he had a moment against Demetrius Johnson that I think got blown out of proportion because no one had big moments against Demetrius before that. He had Demetrius in like I can't remember what it was. It was like a DAS or a guillotine. Some kind of submission off of his back. And he was doing well and it was very close. I feel like he's kind of fallen off since then. And also feel like I've seen enough clips, and you guys know the Ultimate Fighter clips I'm talking about here, where it's kind of like there's certain guys where letting them speak on camera is actually worse for their career. Like, it's worse for their promotion. And Tim Elliott, I remember when he got drunk on Ultimate Fighter and he's saying he doesn't care about the UFC really. It doesn't solve all his problems. And it's just like, Figueiredo's a savage, man. He ain't got time for all that soppy shit after a drink. He's just out here, iron chin, big fucking puncher at fucking flyweight. I feel like he's going to get the TKO finish. Honestly. Tim Elliott's bigger. The only way I can see Tim Elliott winning is if he completely out-grapples Figueiredo, which Formiga was able to do. I don't think Tim Elliott's on Formiga's level. And I think his 15-8 record really does show that. He's going to want to get this to the ground. Deiveson Figueiredo, he's just got good takedown defense. Formiga's very good. Way better than Tim Elliott. I don't think Tim Elliott's going to be able to do the same thing. Figueiredo hits like a truck. Riding high. I think he's back on a win streak now. Or back at least on a 1 win streak or something. He's on a win. I think he's going to come into this confident. If he wins this, he's back in the title picture. He knows that. I'm going with Deiveson Figueiredo here. I like this guy. People don't realise how long this guy's been slinging for. He's on a... What is he in the UFC? 1, 2... 3, 4, 5 and 1 in the UFC. No one's talking about him. He's 16-1. He just lost to Josué Formiga. That's it. He's got 3 KO finishes out of his 6 fights. He's a beast. If you're KOing people at flyweight, you're one of very few in that division. Because flyweight's one of those divisions where a lot of people give it shit because there's not enough risk. There's not enough consequences. You know, a flyweight can have a lazy jab and they're not exactly going to get fucking Ngannou'd out of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to hit like that. If you're a flyweight and you hit hard enough to knock someone down and really clobber them, you're immediately in an advantage. Cejudo has it a little bit now and then. It shows up in the weirdest ways for Cejudo. Okay? He just somehow has KO power some fights. But he's a big puncher. I think since he really started focusing on his conditioning and his weight training, he's been way more explosive. Deiveson Figueiredo is another one of those guys. There aren't many others. Figueiredo gets this one done. I really think so. This should be on the main card, honestly. I could do without... Who's on the main fucking card? Let me see this fucking shit. Nico Price, James Vick got moved on the main card. I'm happy. I'm happy that other shit fight got completely dropped, because it deserves it. They should just fucking get Matt Frivola, Luis Pena off or something. Or Eric Anders. This needs to be seen. Because otherwise no one's going to pay attention to the flyweights. And that's just going to be life. And even Cejudo doesn't give a fuck about... And no one gives a fuck about the flyweights. It's going to be an eternal problem. No one cares. No one cares. They're literally 5'2". No one cares. And it's just going to be the same thing. Cejudo tries so hard. He tries so hard, but it's just he doesn't grow in height. He can try all he wants. That's just not marketable to people. People want to see people that they genuinely would fear in real life. You know, people don't want to look at a bunch of flyweights walking around. Like, I don't know, it's just different. You need to slightly believe that this guy could fuck you up. And even though flyweights, I'm sure, could fuck some guys up, you just don't think it straight away because they're child size. You know? It's going to be a huge problem for them. But yeah, I feel like Figueiredo's a big guy to win. He's a savage. He could maybe bring some interest. He knocks guys out at flyweight. That's interesting. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I think he's going to get the KO finish, though. Fucking flyweights, eh? No one gives a fuck. No one cares. Oh, well. See you later. Goodbye. Oh, yeah, if Figueiredo wins this, he should face the winner of... So after Benavidez gets a title shot, which I'm sure is happening next because Dana said so. And what Dana says happens sometimes. The winner of Figueiredo versus Tim Elliott should face the winner of Kai Kara of France versus Sergio Pettis. That's the fight. And then whoever wins that one's next. You can't see, but I've put my foot down. That's what's happening next. See you later. Goodbye. Yeah.